was working 50, 60 hours a week and getting paid $25 a week. Men averaged 40 to 50 a week. By and large, the jobs open for women in newspapers were in the society department. The women were the coffee makers, doing the menial tasks. I think the main hardship, other than the salary inequities, was our lack of visibility to our co-workers. When we started trying to organize the press club, the men were eager for us to go in with them. But then we realized we were not going to be equal members, that it would be more or less an auxiliary type of thing. That's when we decided to organize. At the first meeting, I began to hear from others the inequities that women were facing. We began to realize that for women to get themselves on an equal basis, we were going to have to organize and work together.
A dedicated group of women gathered in Topeka on March 28, 1941 to form Kansas Press Women, the 7th state group to affiliate with the National Federation of Press Women. At that Topeka meeting, the National Press Women president said that KPW would bring a consciousness of power and influence to each woman journalist. It would help her obtain her just place in the field of journalism. It would also provide a forum for the interchange of ideas and ideals. It would offer education programs to build skills, knowledge, and understanding. It would advance the standards of journalism for all women.
In 50 years, that has never changed. From that small charter group of writers, Kansas Press Women has grown to an organization of more than 175 communicators in Kansas, women and men working in every segment of the communications industry. KPW members today are in the boardroom, writing editorials, running the PR firm, producing radio and television shows, or managing the station, reporting the news, freelancing, directing the journalism school of a state university, heading the department of a major corporation. They are veterans. They are just starting their careers.
The beginning of Kansas Press Women itself was a statement that we as women were not adjuncts to husbands, that we weren't satisfied as professional women to be just an auxiliary organization of Kansas Press Association. We had to organize and make a point.
As Kansas Press Women was getting its start during World War II, women in newsrooms stepped in to fill the shoes men had traded for combat boots. And these women weren't about to give up their jobs when Johnny came marching home again. So in 1947, Kansas Press Women established a scholarship program as a way to support women and promote excellence. Today, KPW awards 4 university scholarships annually to Kansas communication students. One of those recipients was Wilma Moore Black.
I had always wanted to go to college, but my parents couldn't afford to send me without loans and scholarships. One of them was a $500 scholarship from the Kansas Press Women. I wouldn't have been able to finish college without the help of organizations like KPW. That made all the difference in the world. Kansas Press Women sees the value of networking and of supporting and encouraging future journalists.
Wilma is just one communicator helped by a KPW scholarship. Pat Zerby received a KPW scholarship in 1981. She was a senior working toward a dual degree in journalism and political science at the Wichita State University.
Financially, the KPW scholarship couldn't have come at a better time. But winning the scholarship also gave me the self-confidence I needed to choose communications. It made me realize I was a legitimate journalism student. It gave me self-credibility, and that was a key factor in choosing a journalism career over law or politics. Now I'm finding the contacts I make through KPW are just marvelous. I'm exposed to the whole gamut of communicators, photographers, radio people, journalists, broadcasters. That's important to me in my job. You just can't replace the professional atmosphere and the help you can get from other KPW members. And I've gained valuable experience in leadership, something that can only help my career while serving as president of the Wichita Press Women, one of several KPW affiliates.
The scholarships, however, wouldn't be possible without the KPW patrons who provide financial support. They are among Kansas's most prominent and active women. Mary Hewson of Larned is one of KPW's 47 patrons. As a teacher, Mary knows the value of education.
Allowing talented students to excel in school is one of the finest things I can do. We can be proud that Kansas Press Women singles out students who excel in school and who will excel in communications. If only they are given a chance. Once students are in college, they get a new look at life. They learn to live and work with other people. They learn a skill that will serve them the rest of their lives.
But education doesn't stop with a diploma. Through conferences and seminars, KPW offers opportunities for personal and professional development. KPW taps Kansas resources as well as the most highly regarded professionals in the nation to provide top-quality programs to its members. But these programs aren't the only benefit of KPW conferences. Networking has assumed a significance all its own. Through KPW, Ann Gardner has developed an invaluable network of contacts.
KPW has given me the opportunity to meet people from other newspapers and trade ideas to find out what we're doing the same, what we're doing differently, and what works. But another valuable component is the contacts KPW has opened up with professionals in other communications fields, such as advertising and public relations. If I need to contact someone at Southwestern Bell or KPL, I often know someone through KPW who can either help me or direct me to the right people, and that's a valuable resource. KPW contacts also can help in career advancement. I've had people through KPW suggest that I apply for other jobs, and while I haven't wanted to leave my current job, that kind of contact is a pretty tangible networking tool.
Kansas Presswomen, with its strong representation throughout the Kansas communications industry and its ties to a national organization, is simply one of the best networking resources available and can give members tremendous career advantages. Being part of a national organization, you can keep tabs on job opportunities not only in Kansas, but anywhere in the nation. If you do move to another state, the Presswomen Connection will give you an instant in, an instant network of professional colleagues.
Another way KPW helps members grow and learn is through the annual communications contest, open to any KPW member. First place entries are forwarded to the national competition, where KPW members are consistent winners.
Competing in itself is valuable. It forces you to look critically at your own work and allows you to see some of the best efforts of your peers. That can stimulate your own thinking in new directions. And by winning, you demonstrate to those outside your workplace, as well as those you work for, that objective parties in the communications field regard your work as outstanding. It helps build your professional reputation, which is crucial to advancing your career.
Competing, networking, education programs, scholarships, just some of the advantages of a Kansas Presswomen membership. Advantages that can help you develop your professional skills and advance your career. You'll stay informed through KPW's own newsletter. You'll read about communication news, issues, and trends in the national magazine. You can also participate in insurance, credit card, and other business services through the national organization. Back in 1941, the founders of Kansas Presswomen dealt with a different world, a world with different attitudes, a world not yet touched by the communications explosion. They could not foresee that so many facets of the world would be tied to communications, or that so many women, among them KPW members, would be leaders in that explosion of knowledge and technology.
We, in a sense, were the pioneers struggling for recognition. The greatest contribution that the early presswomen made to presswomen of today is that we help you gain recognition and respect as professionals. Organizations like Presswomen are greatly responsible for where women are today. They don't just sit back and take whatever is handed out to them. They are upfront. They're not afraid to speak out. Today, women have a voice.
These founders of Kansas Presswomen left a legacy to those of us who follow in their footsteps, a legacy of courage, of vision, so that we may create new avenues, pursue new opportunities, as we, as professional communicators, prepare to enter the 21st century. Kansas Presswomen, the resource for the professional communicator for more than 50 years. Be one of us.
Hello, I'm Barbara Walters. Kansas Presswomen, congratulations on 50 years of dedication, determination, and guts. Here's wishing that your next 50 years will be ones of even greater achievement, excellence, and triumph. Kansas Presswomen, we salute you.